नमस्सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतं सर्वेषाम्। अद्य नूतन शनिवासरे दशमः पाठः पठ्यते अस्माभिः। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं करोमि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। अस्तु, तो वयम् अन्तिमपाठस्य पठनम् आरम्भं कुर्मः। पठनस्य आरम्भम् इति वक्तव्यम्। अस्माभिः आरप्स्यते अद्य। तु दशमपाठे अपि सूक्तिः वर्तते, एकादशमपाठे अपि तद्वादशपाठे अपि तथा। तु वयं किं कुर्मः, अत्र एव त्रयाणां सूक्तीनां ज्ञानं प्राप्नुमः अद्य एव। तो अद्यतन प्रथमसूक्तिरस्ति एवम्: उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत। उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत. This is in clear lot. So uttishtata, awake. Actually you can say arise. So get up, that is the correct translation. Though in different places you can take it in different directions. Here it, because jagrata is already there, you have to take it as get up, arise. Okay, better word is arise. Jagrata, become aware and awake, become alert. Prapya, having gotten. Okay, varan nibodata. Okay, varan nibodata. Okay, varan गुरून् इति अर्थे. तो वरिष्ठान् ये जानन्ति तान् प्राप्य. Okay, so beget the correct tutors for the corresponding subjects you learn to desire and learn that. Nibodhata. Okay, so under them you obtain the buddhi of the jnana, whatever they are good for teaching. Beautiful one. Uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata. Okay, यूयम् इति भवन्तः इति सूचना. उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत. क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता दुरत्यया दुर्गं पतस्तत्कवयो वदन्ति. कठो उपनिषदि कठोपनिषदि सूचितमस्ति. अत्र प्रथमाध्याये तृतीयभागे एव अस्ति तत्. तु उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान् निबोधत. क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता दुरत्यया दुर्गं पतस्तत् कवयो वदन्ति. What is the second part? Okay, क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता, that is kshuraha is the razor or the khadga. Dhara is the edge. The line. Okay, nishita, sharp. Okay, very sharp. Duratyaya durgam. Okay, very difficult to transcend that. Okay, pataha, the path. Okay, what patha of knowledge. Okay, so kavayah evam vadanti. So those who know, kavi here we have to translate as the pandits who know this, they say that it's a very sharp edge and you have to traverse it carefully. So be aware. The whole jagrata is about that. Okay, arise, awake, find out the great ones and learn from them, learn of them and from them. Okay, OFF of them you can say. For sharp as a razor's edge, hard to traverse, difficult of going, durgam pataha, is that path to knowledge, says the sage, say the sages. Okay, lovely. So here, see here, lot, one of the dhatus I have taken, tishtatu, tishtatu, tishtatat, tishtatham, tishtantu. प्रथम पुरुषे. मध्यम पुरुषे त्वं तिष्ठ अथवा त्वं तिष्ठतात्, युवां तिष्ठतं यूयं तिष्ठत इति तु यूयम् इति स्वीकारः भवेत् तत्र बहुवचने. ओके, तिष्ठानि तिष्ठाव तिष्ठाम, अहं तिष्ठानि आवां तिष्ठाव वयं तिष्ठाम. एवमेव जागृता एव निबोधत. एकादशमपाठस्य प्रश्नः अस्ति वा किमपि? न. तु सूक्तिः एवमस्ति. सत्यार्जवे धर्ममाहुः परं धर्मविदो जनाः. सत्यार्जवे धर्ममाहुः परं धर्मविदो जनाः. धर्मविदो धर्मविदः जनाः इति. सत्य आर्जवे, सत्यस्य आर्जवे. ओके, धर्मम् आहुः, that is dharma, so say. Ahuhu means vadanti evam, vadanti tasya ahuhu iti. Okay, dharmam ahuhu param dharma vidah janaha, param dharmam ahuhu. So you can take param as a visheshana to the dharma. Okay, ultimate dharma. So say dharma vidah janaha, those who know dharma in its entirety. They say that satya arjave. So these two, satyam arjava, satyarjave iti dattamasti napumsake. Dharmam ahu param dharma vido. So what is this satya and arjava? Let us get that. So wise men say that being truthful, that is satya. And arjava is ruju pathi gamanam. Ruju pati, ruju means straightforward. Ruju pati gamanam means going along a straightforward path. That is arjava. That dharma, that kind of quality is called arjava. So not only being truthful, also being on the rightful path, okay, is called dharma. So say those who know the aspects of dharma, is the ultimate dharma. Okay, so dharma vidah janaah satyam arjave param, see pratama vibhakti dvivachana. Okay, param dharmam iti ahuhu. Okay, द्वितीया विभक्ति पुल्लिंगे एकवचनम. तो आहुः इति किम, लट् लकारे प्रथम पुरुषायां बहुवचन रूपम तत्. तो धर्मविदः जनाः आहुः, जनाः आहुः. ओके, सो ब्रू वाचि इति धातोः नाम ब्रू इति. ओके, ब्रवीति ब्रूयते एतादृशरूपाणि दृष्टम् अस्माभिः. आहुः इति विभिन्नरीत्या, प्रायः तत्र सब्स्टिट्यूशन् भवति, द्विकर्मकः एतत्. ಕನ್ನಡೆ ಅಪಿ ಲಿಖಿತಮಸ್ತಿ. ಧರ್ಮಜ್ಞರು ಸತ್ಯ ರುಜುತ್ವಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಮಧರ್ಮವೆಂದು ಪೇಳ್ವರು. There is a lot of Sanskritam there. Okay. धार्मिकों ने सत्ययुक्त और सीधी मार्गों को परम धर्म कहलाते हैं. Of course, I read it like a South Indian. Param dharm, I have to say. Satyarjave dharmamahuh param dharmavido janah दुर्ज्ञेयः शाश्वतो धर्मः स च सत्ये प्रतिष्ठितः. What is the second half of the Subhashitam from Mahabharatam? Vyasa's creation saying, Durgneyah, difficult to know. Gneyah is that which is to be known. Durgneyah means that which is to be known, which is difficult to know. Okay, Shashvatah, eternal dharma. Okay, sacha satye pratishtitah, that which is established in truthfulness or in the truth. Okay, difficult to know, eternal and established upon truth indeed is dharma. One way of interpreting the second half. Okay, so it's nicely accents what was told earlier. सत्यार्जवे धर्ममाहुः परं धर्मविदो जनाः दुर्ज्ञेयः शाश्वतो धर्मः स च सत्ये प्रतिष्ठितः. Beautiful. Vyasa himself. And of course Buddha, who lived this message and led many in its path. The third verse from the Dvadasha Pataha. Yes.
Shashvata is eternal
Shashvata means
knowledge.
permanent. Permanent.
Permanent. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Mm.
That is what I have been thinking. Okay, thank you, sir.
I mean, basically, the claim is that such a dharma is eternal. Hmm? So, dharma cannot be tatkalika. That is the suchana. You cannot
Okay,
leave it in one moment and give it up in another and call yourselves a pathika in that path. So it has to
okay,
be omnipresent in your behavior is the suchana. So it has to be nitya for us. The shashvata is not so much about dharma. It is about our nityatva in its palana. Hmm? I
okay,
think
sir.
so. I think so.
Thank you.
द्वादशः पाठः स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः ब्यूटिफुल स्वे स्वे स्वकीये स्वकीये अत्र किं one's own I mean referring to different people like uh, swayam swayam karmo me like that. Okay, so sve sve karmani in the various responsibilities of these individuals in their own assigned responsibilities wherever their expertise and talent and direction lies. Abhirataha, one who is so engaged. Of course, in they started with a plural reference, but the target is an ekavachana. Okay, so swasya karmani abhirataha. So sve sve karmani. So swasya can also be taken in that sense. Okay, swasya karmani abhirataha, one who is engaged. Abhirataha means one who is deeply engrossed. Hmm? Samsiddhim labhate naraha. Naraha goes with karmani abhirataha naraha. Okay, so naraha is the namapada eventually. So abhirataha naraha samsiddhim labhate. He will obtain definitely the success. Okay, so यः स्वीयेषु कार्येषु निरतः भवति. Oh, rare explanation vakya in Sanskritam today. यः स्वीयेषु कार्येषु निरतः भवति सः एव मानवः सिद्धिं प्राप्नोति. See, here they pluralize that karmani in karma to karyeshu bahuvachana. Okay. So let us look at the grammar points. So sve sve saptami ekavachana pullinga, karmani saptami ekavachana napumsake. Okay. Abhiratah naraha pratamayam pratamavachana ekavachane pullinga रूपः विशेषणविशेष्यः. संसिद्धिम् ओके संसिद्धिः स्त्रीलिङ्गे अस्ति तस्य द्वितीयायां एकवचने ओके संसिद्धिः इति लभते लटि लब् प्राप्तौ इति धातोः प्राप्तौ इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे लभ् धातुः तस्य लट् लकारे प्रथमपुरुषे बहुवचनरूपं लभते ओ बहुवचनरूपं नास्ति प्रायः टङ्कणदोषः एकवचनमिति मन्ये. ओके, लभते लभेते लभन्ते इति स्यात् तत् किल तत्र वन् इति स्थापितव्यं मया क्षम्यताम्.
So if these suktis come in the exam for one line, 1 mark, we can just explain that in one line, sir?
Yeah, in couple of sentences you can conclude. You are not required to bring the Subhashitam reference, etc. What we are doing here is for the joy of you know locating it and finding out where the context was and who told. Such things entertain us also and give us a little bit more insight. So
Okay,
we
sir.
are trying, and also these grammar points are for eternally, like I told, everywhere where we can identify. It will be a good exercise to keep popping in our head what's happening, keeps improving us. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
तो आत्मने पदी धातुः लभते इति तत् कारणात् आत्मने इत्यपि सकर्मकः संसिद्धिं लभते कर्मपदम् अस्ति अस्य. So this kind of thing, slowly we have to start climbing into the Sanskrit grammar using such numerical and letter notations. It will be nice. स्वे स्वे कर्मणि अभिरतः नरः संसिद्धिं लभते sorry, स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभित अभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मनिरतः सिद्धिं यथा विन्दन्ति तच्छृणु. So after saying this, Krishna is telling Arjuna clearly, right? So in 18th chapter, oh Palashruti, you can see 18th chapter 45th verse. We are ending pretty close to the end of Gita. So you know, Krishna is trying to cement his teachings. So he's telling, after telling the generic, he is telling specific to Arjuna, Swakarma Nirataha Siddhim Yata Vindanti Tat Shrunu. So, how the one who is engaged in his own duty obtains his fruit, that you listen to me, I will tell you. Okay, so those engrossed in their dharmic duties will surely obtain their dues. Listen A. Okay, I have added that for color. I will tell how those engaged in their duties will beget their dues. Okay. स्वे स्वे कर्मण्यभिरतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः. अस्तु. तो अद्य कृदन्तानां पठनक्रमे सत्सप्तमी प्रयोगस्य द्वितीयभागः. तो वयं किं दृष्टवन्तः सतिसप्तमी अथवा सत्सप्तमी प्रयोगे प्रथमवारम् आधिक्येन अथवा सर्वथा शत्रुशानजन्तानां समक्षे सतिसप्तमी प्रयोगस्य उपयोगं कृतवन्तः, दृष्टवन्तः, अभ्यासान् अपि कृतवन्तः. शत्रन्त रूपस्य प्रथम निमित्तरूपेण प्रथमवर्तनं, तदनन्तरं तस्मिन्नेव काले द्वितीयस्य प्रारम्भः अथवा द्वितीयकार्यस्य करणम् इति दृष्टवन्तः सत्सप्तमी प्रयोगे. We saw Sati Saptami largely with Shatranta and Shanajanta. Of course, Shatranta, Shanajanta are equivalent, as you know, Shatranta being for Parasmaipadi and Shanajanta for Atmanepadi. Okay, we saw how we can take that in Saptami and make nice sentences conditioned upon one action happening, the other action happens, like that. Okay, so that is not the only way to construct Sati Saptami, because Shatranta or Shanajanta as the primary condition is possible when that is concurrent with the second action as a condition gate. Okay, concurrently the first action gates the second action. Okay, but there are many cases where we would like to say something completed in the past having happened, conditioned upon the completion of that action, a second one ensued. Okay, so that means the first one is past complete sense and then the second one's ensues, like that. There is no first one begins and that makes way for the second one type of sense every time. So that is when we can use the other kridanta forms in Sati Saptami Prayoga. That is the lesson today. Let's look at it. So basically what you will see is that Ktavatu and Kta play a role there, because both Ktavatu and Kta Pratyayantas, Kridantas, are past tense sense. So you can use them also in Sati Saptami Prayoga. So let's look at these examples. Surye astam gate sati vayam griham pratyagataha. So gacchati sati means when he is getting down in the sky. Astam, sorry, not astam, astam. Astamana, which means his setting of the sun. So by the sun upon setting, gate sati, astangate sati, means after he is set. Is there a question? Let me mute everyone. Okay, so after he set, okay, vayam griham pratyagataha, we came home. That means we saw him setting and little bit of darkness started setting in. That's when we came home. This is also of course in past complete sense, but this was even before that. Okay, so that's very clear there. So if you put it in Shanach, then concurrency of him setting and us coming home is implied. Okay, here there is completeness of the sun setting before we come home. So there is a subtle color difference in how the sentence is. Okay, so unfortunately the translation is not very nice here. After the sunset we returned home is the more accurate translation in my brain, looking from Samskrita, because when the sunset, okay, while the sun is setting and when the sunset does have some distinctness. I'm not claiming it's totally wrong. At least it's not saying while the sun is setting. That is Shatranta form. But here it's a little bit complete sense is there in this. Okay. Anyway, we are here to look at the Samskritam and get that. Surye Astangate. Usually we say this together and put it in Parasavarna. Okay. Gate sati. Vayam griham pratyagataha. Sorry, Anuswara Sandhi. Always confused between Parasavarna and Anuswara. Okay. Shikshake agate sati chatraha tushnim abhavan. So Shikshake agate sati आगतः शिक्षकः आगतः इति प्रथमायां तत्रापि सूर्यः गतः अस्तङ्गतः इति प्रथमायां सूर्ये अस्तङ्गते इति सप्तम्याम् ओके सो शिक्षकः आगतः शिक्षके आगते सति छात्राः तूष्णीम् अभवन् आफ्टर द टीचर केम द स्टूडेंट्स क्वाइटन डाउन सो if instead we say Shikshake agacchati sati chatraha tushnim abhavan. The subtle difference is even as the teacher was coming in, the students became quiet, which is also probably the truth. But here, this is a stubborn lot of students who don't even notice him walking in. So we have to go to past tense. Okay.
Here the action is completed, right?
Correct, correct. The arrival of the teacher is complete and then the quietness ensues. Yes. I mean, in overall sense, Bhagini, very subtle difference. But Sanskrit, if we don't know in its subtle ways, we won't be able to enjoy it. So that's why the separation of the teaching of the Kata and Tavatu Antas along in Sati Saptami Prayog. Okay.
So lang lakara is also used, no? That tavatu pratyaya.
You cannot use lung because what happens? Lung breaks the sentence.
Abhavan it is written.
Yelli.
Abhavan.
Where you are reading?
Shikshake agate chatraha tushnim abhavan.
That is for the active part. See, you're missing the point here. See, there is something called conditional part and then the active part, right? This conditional part is the first clause and the active part is the second phrase part of the sentence. Okay. So final action is chatraha tushnim abhavan. Okay. Of course, this can be this can be in lung or it can be in tavatu kta. That is up to you. Okay. The first part cannot be using a lakaranta because then it won't continue into the flow of the sentence, right? Then it will break. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
महोदय तूष्णीम कौन सा विभक्ति है?
तूष्णीम इति द्वितीयायाम इति मन्ये.
हिंदी में लिखा है छात्र चुप हो गए.
हाँ, चुप, वो चुप का अर्थ ही तूष्णीम इति. चुप होना, चुप प्रायः कर्मपदम वत् होने का कर्मपदवत् होता है. अभवन भूधातोः कर्मपदम अस्ति तूष्णी होना. द्वितीयायाम इति मन्ये. तत् अव्ययपदं वा इत्यपि द्रष्टव्यं. परन्तु अत्र द्वितीयार्थे अव्ययम् इति स्वीकर्तुं शक्नुमः, अव्ययं चेदपि. अस्तु. हाँ सर. सर यू आर मच एल्डर, प्लीज सर मत बोलिए, अनुज बोलिए, बस मैं सुख रहूंगा. श्रीरामे वनम गते सति दशरथः प्राणान् अत्यजत्. तो दशरथः प्राणान्, see many lives. See in adhyatmic term we say we have 5 lives inside us, right? That one. Okay. So Dasharatha pranan atyajat. Dasharatha left his life heirs, 5 heirs of his life. Okay. When Sri Rame vanam gate sati, even as he was not going, no, as he went off. Okay. After he went off, Shrirame vanam gate sati. So Shriramaha gataha. Shriramaha vanam gataha. Shrirame vanam gate. Dasharatah pranan atyajat. So all this gate, agate, gate. So for kta, in fact only one dhatu, gam dhatu only is there. Okay. Kausalyayam agatayam satyam Sita uthitavati. Because Kausalya is a Strilinga pada, Agatayam Satyam also is in Strilinga, Saptami Ekavachana again. So same gam dhatu. So this one is in Ktavatu. I think Agata, Agatavati, no, Kta only. This is also in Kta, Saptami Ekavachana, Strilinga. Okay. So we will see the tables. This will become clear. What I have done is I have opened up the tables so that we can study through the tables also later. Let us just try to identify now. So Kausalya, Kausalyayam, Sitayam. So upon Kausalya having come, okay, Sita Uttitavati. So Kausalya came in and then Sita rose up in respect, obviously. So when Kausalya came, Sita stood up. Little bit of after Kausalya came sense is there because of the past tense nature. Okay, but this is okay to say when. Okay, but it is not definitely while. Okay, what is critical? It is not while. While is more implicit in Shatranta Shanajanta forms. Okay. Try to understand the following sentences in the same manner as above. See here so far they gave some English translations for our aid. Now they are saying try to make it in your own head using Samskritam only you get it. Tvai agate sati aham grihe na asam. Okay, when you came I was not home. That is the implicit. So tvai by you agate sati. Okay, so by you agate sati. Okay. Aham grihena asam. I was not there at home. Okay. This is also in the past. So some event that happened in the past is being spoken about. Event that didn't happen. Na asam. Okay. Is being spoken in the past. So घंटायां वदितायां सत्यां सर्वे छात्राः गतवन्तः घंटायां वदितायां
Vaditayam, sir.
वादितायां sorry भगिनी it
Is
sounds
it
so.
Strilinga? Ganta is Strilinga?
Yes, Ghantayam is very different, definite clue. See, yam. Okay, so Ghantayam Vaditayam, upon the Ghanta being sounded, okay, Sarve Chatraha Gatavantaha, all the students went away. So after the bell was rung, the students left. That sense. Okay. Samaye prapte sarve chatraha gatavantah. Okay. Upon the obtaining of the time, samayaha pullinga, so prapte saptami kochana sati. Okay, is optional of course. So samayaha praptah gantha vadita. Okay, samayaha praptah pratama vibhakto. So samaye prapte sarve chatraha gatavantah. So in another classroom where they were all already having their own watches, there was no need for ghanta vadana. So when the correct time was reached, okay, the students left. Okay, maybe they left home to go to the school. Why should I take it in the other sense? Okay. Vasantakale samprapte kokilah kujati. Vasantakale samprapte kakah kakah pikah pikah. We have seen that. Okay, so that Vasantakale samprapte, upon the prapti of Vasantakala, I mean after the prapti of Vasantakala, okay, the spring. Kokilah kujati, the nightingale, whatever is the word for that bird, he coos. Cuckoo. Yeah, he coos. Yes, sir. Cuckoo. He coos. So कालः पुल्लिङ्गे सो सम्प्राप्तः इति पुल्लिङ्गे भवति. प्राप्तिः इति पृथक्तया स्वस्य स्त्रीलिङ्गत्वं स्थाप्येत, परन्तु अत्र तु विशेषणत्वेन तस्य पुल्लिङ्गत्वं कालस्य सकाशे. सो वसन्तकालः सम्प्राप्तः, वसन्तकाले सम्प्राप्ते. Sati ityapi pullinge. Just by looking at Sati Satyam itself, we can tell the linga. Okay. Kokilha kujati. See here there is a lat. Earlier you saw Gatavan, Gatavanto, Gatavantaha, Ktavatu. So the active verb in the final part of the sentence, that is the structure of that portion. That is its freedom. Okay, we were talking about the past tense of the conditional verb. Praptihi, vadanam, agamanam, evam. Okay. Putreshu parikshayam uttirneshu mata santushta. So satsu, sati satyoho satsu. So bahuvachana. Putreshu parikshayam uttirneshu, upon the children passing, after the children most likely. So after the children passed the exams, the mother became happy. Okay, very close to the Shatranta form we saw a little bit earlier also. The same context. अस्मासु आगतेषु सत्सु किमर्थं भवन्तः तूष्णीं स्थितवन्तः. अस्मासु, by all of us, आगतेषु, upon our arrival, having we all having come. Okay, conditioned upon all our arrival having taken place. किमर्थं भवन्तः तूष्णीं स्थितवन्तः. Why you guys were all standing quietly? You didn't join us in whatever protest we wanted to do against the government, like that. Dhanikena dhane diyamane sati. Diyamana sati. Number 6. What do they say here? When money was being given. I'm not sure about the mana form here. Okay. Diyamane. I think there is a mistake.
They are only in a downwards. They have given some explanation.
Actually, again, grasyamana is also having ekara missing. So we will wait it out. Okay, what is this? Because why these guys are missing the ekara?
Sir, this should be dhanam diyamane or dhane diyamane.
Actually, dhanam it should be. Dhanam is the karma pada for the giving. There are two mysteries in that portion. Okay. Okay. No, dhana is the one that is being given. Dhane diyamane. Dhanikena. He is by him. So by him the money upon being given. So this is actually in a little bit of karmani sense there. Okay. The diyamanaha. I don't know how this diyaman. It's not diyamane. So let me
Sir,
just.
there only they have given downwards in that page downwards. They have given the explanation for that. Since it is
That's what I'm switching over to see that. Here number 2. Let's attack it right away. Dhanikena dhane diyamane sati bhikshukaha agataha. So actually straight away this points that there is a spelling error in the original sentence, because here it is diyamane only. Okay, so there we have to correct it to diyamane. At least that is clear. But dhane diyamane is still correct. Okay, because that is the subject of being given because of karmani. So that need not be in karma position. It is in saptami. It moves to saptami along with its kriya. Okay, dhane diyamane bhikshukaha agataha. So diyamane is a passive form ending in shanach. Introduce that here. That's all. Okay. So let us again come back here. So at least I am happy that this mana is clearly an error there. Okay. Okay. Sarveshu shayaneshu satsu chorah griham pravishtavan. By all upon sleeping. Okay. Shayanah, shayanau, shayanaha. Okay. Kta shayaneshu. So saptami bahuvachana. Sarveshu sayaneshu. After everybody slept, that sense. Chorah griham pravishtavan. The robber entered. We saw earlier the same thing in Shatranta also. Okay. Bhaktaihi dhanye kriyamane sati vartalapam makuru. Bhaktaihi dhyane. Okay. By the bhaktas. See, again, this is karmani. By the bhaktas, the dhyana, when it is done, okay, okay, this is suddenly now, if you see, we are back to the, see, with the diyamana, kriyamane, we are back to the shatranta, shanajanta. So they are putting a little bit of mix into the equation. Okay, see, they focused on kta largely so far, and now they are throwing back what we know also earlier into the mix. Okay. Dhyane kriyamane sati vartalapam ma kuru. Don't talk while the bhaktas, while is implicit here because of kriyamana. So while the bhaktas are focusing on dhyana, do not disturb, something like that. Rahuna chandre grasyamane sati. Again, I believe there is a etva missing. Rahuna chandre grasyamane sati Bhojanam Nakaraniyam. So by Rahu, Rahu is called the shadow planet, right? So Rahu, by the shadow planet, Chandre Grasyamane Sati, when the moon is being grabbed, covered, okay, shadowed by the Rahu. So this is in continuous tense. That means this is ongoing. While that is ongoing, Bhojanam Nakaraniyam, we should not eat like that. Okay.
This
Taya
13th one, especially bhaktaihi dhyane kriyamane. Here, how, if is it okay? Do we have to keep to the tritiya, like, or when we translate while the devotees are meditating, don't talk.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
talk
yeah. No,
among
no, no. You don't
yourselves.
have to. You don't have to struggle in the sense of karmani and all that into your translation. Okay.
Don't talk means don't talk to the person who is meditating, or don't talk among yourselves and disturb
Don't
the
talk.
group.
Don't talk. Yeah, it is. Don't talk to them. Don't talk amongst yourself. Whatever.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Dhanyavad.
Vartalapam makuru. Don't chat. Don't talk. I mean, don't talk to them or don't talk between yourselves. Both are implicit there. Okay. There is nothing said about taihi sakam vartalapam makuru. If it says taihi sakam vartalapam makuru, it means don't talk to them. Okay. There is no taihi sakam, so we should just treat it as generic statement.
So we can translate it like just keep silence.
Yes, yes.
When
Nothing wrong, but it slightly come close to the sense by saying
word.
don't talk. Yeah, is don't talk is better than keep silent type of far. That's more like tatparya. Yeah.
Oh.
But like Bagini asked, you don't have to, struggle to switch in the karmani. If you can find an elegant way to switch in the karmani in the English, then you can do that. So while prayer is being conducted by the devotees, do not talk. Is okay.
Vartalapam meaning discussion, sir.
In different context, it means different things. Here it is chit chat, yeah.
Conversing also.
Sambhashanam. Sambhashanam vartalapam. Sambhashanam can mean, if some big is talking, it can mean something important. If I am telling you something, it is probably more like pralapam. Okay. I think we saw this. Taya gite giyamane sarvaha triptim anubhutavatyah. So giyamane, again Shanajanta has come into picture. Okay. Taya, by her. Sa taya. Okay. Gite giyamane. So again, the karmani subject has shifted to saptami. We have noticed with dhana. So something new learning for us. So when there is a karmani sense, bring the karma pada, which is normally in prathama, in a straightforward vakya, switch it into saptami as a conditional subject. Okay. Gite giyamane. So when the song is being sung by her, okay, while is also better, while the song is being sung by her, all experienced tripti. Here anubhutavatyah sarvaha clearly is a strilinga bahuvachana application. So all ladies, you can, only way you can bring that color into English is by throwing in the word women or ladies or something like that. So all ladies experienced satisfaction. Any question?
If we have to write it in Vartamana, the Giyamana will change to what?
It is in Vartamana. It is in Shana Janta, no? See, it is in the Kala of the Anubhuti.
Anubhuti means?
This Anubhutavatyaha.
It is past tense.
See, that is in past tense. That's why I'm telling.
Yeah.
So it that's why we spoke earlier about Shatrushanach. Rather than calling it as Vartamana, better to call it Samakalina. Okay. So the Giyamana indicates the Samakalinatva of the Karya, Gayana Karya, along with the Anubhuti of these ladies. Anubhava or Anubhuti, whatever you want to call it, of these ladies. Okay.
Only with Anubhuta we will understand that this is past tense, is it?
Yes. Exactly. See, that's exactly what. That's why we're calling Tatkalina Kalam Tasya. So,
no, suppose if it is Anubhutavanti, then in that case, how will this change? Giyamana will change into. That's what I'm asking.
Anubhutavatyaha is already in past tense. So
past tense, yeah.
So
suppose if the sentence, if we have to change it into Vartamana Kala, how the
Anubhavanti. Okay.
That will that is Anubhavanti.
It doesn't change anything. See here, listen to this sentence. Taya Gite Giyamane Sarvaha Triptim Anubhutavantaha. Sorry, Sarvaha Triptim Anubhavanti. Lat. Okay.
Okay, this Giyamana doesn't indicate.
Doesn't indicate. It has no influence on how you want to conclude this second part. The second part is a standalone sentence.
Okay.
That is gated. Gated means the gate was opened by the first one.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Especially here because she no more continues as the subject of the Trupti. So new subject even appears. Okay. Balikayam agatavatyam janaha karatadanam krutavantah. So agatavati agatavatyam saptami. So balika agatavati. What is agatavati? Ktavatu pratyaya. Ktavatu krudanta. Okay. So ktavatu krudanta pratyayanta agatavati iti. So balika agatavati means the girl came in the past. Okay. So this ktavatu kartari. Ktavatu is kartari. So balikayam she goes to saptami. Okay. Balikayam agatavatyam. Okay. Satyam janaha karatadanam krutavantah. When the girl came, okay, the more like almost after the girl came, more in that sense, but like you said, we have accept when as sufficient to translate rather than go all the way to after. Okay. When the girl came, the people clapped. Okay, one word there in English. Clapping they did is the.
So in present tense it can be kurvanti also, no, sir?
Jinaha karatadanam kurvanti.
Thank you, sir.
Karishyanti. That also can be put. You can shift the whole thing to future.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Vrikshe patitavati.
Balikayam is singular, one girl, sir.
Yes. Balikayam is singular. Balika akaranta strilinga balikayam. Sita sitayam tadvat. Okay. Vrikshe patitavati vahanani sthagitani. Upon the tree falling. Okay. Vrikshaha patitavan. See the tavatu is very clear there. So vrikshaha patitavan. Vrikshe patitavati. Upon the tree falling. Okay, after the tree fell, literally. Vahanani stagitani. The vehicles were stopped. Vahanani stagitani abhavan. Something like that can be assumed. Lung can be thrown in for the completion. Gurau ahutavati shishyaha agatavant. I didn't understand. Can you repeat?
The Vrikshe and Patitavati, no, that the gender, how do we go?
Vrikshaha. We know the linga of vriksha, right? And this patitavan, patitavantau, patitavantah goes to patitavati. Otherwise, if it was patitavati, it would have been patitavatyam, agatavatyam, like that. This is Strilinga, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now we will see the tables. What we will do, we will. It's not often at our level that we have seen this kta, ktavatu in all vibhaktis. Definitely we haven't used it. We may have seen the table. We have largely used pratama vibhakti. All this at learning stage. No, we are all pratama vibhakti shuras.
So Patitavati means it's seventh vibhakti ekvachanam, sir.
Correct. Madam, also please tell what is the kridanta here.
Tavatu.
Good. Thank you.
पतितवती पतितवतोः पतितवत्सु.
Perfect. Patitavati, patitavatyoho, patitavatsu. Good. Gurau ahutavati shishyaha agatavantah. Gurau ahutavati sati. So ahutavan. Guruhu ahutavan. Ahutana is what? Calling. Ahvana karanam. Okay. So when, and of course he is not going to do ahvana. He is going to hail someone. Hey, you come here, like that, right? At least our modern day gurus are only capable of that. So Gurau ahutavati shishyaha agatavantah. Upon the calling of the guru, invitation of the guru. Okay. So ahutavan past tense. So after the guru invited, the students came. Pitamahyam dhanyam stapitavatyam. So this dhanya now is the further karma for the stapana kriya. Pitamahyam stapitavatyam. So pitamahi stapitavati. Pitamahi karta. Stapanam kriya. Pitamahi stapitavati. Pitamahyam dhanyam stapitavatyam. After the grandmother, paternal grandmother established or placed the grains, we have to translate it in plural in English, the grains, pakshinaha samagataha, all the birds they collected. Pakshinaha samagataha abhavan, bhavanti, bhavishyanti, something. Every day it happens, so it can happen tomorrow also. Okay, very nice. It's a nice pitamahi who's taking care of the pakshis. Suchanam dattavati ragni sainikaha dhavitavantah. So Suchanam dattavati ragni. Kim dattavati? Ragni atra karta. So actually we have normally seen Ragni Suchanam dattavati like that. But here Suchanam dattavati Ragni, little bit order change is there. Sainikaha dhavitavantah. So Raja, okay, Raja ityasya, see Rajan iti nakaranta shabdah, to tatra saptam ekavachane Ragni iti bhavati. Difficult to pronounce a bit, but you practice that. Ragni, okay, not Raji, not Ragni, Rajni. Little bit Gakara should be not heard as much as possible. It should be more Jakara Yakara, Ragni, like that. Okay. Dattavati Sainikaha Davitnavantah. So Raja Dattavan Ragni Dattavati. Okay. So Ktavatu Saptami Ekavachana. So upon the king having given the word or the indication or the direction, the soldiers ran to face the enemy, hopefully in brackets. Okay. Rules of Sat Saptami. So we have seen this extensive number of examples, but there is a medley of mixture of different types of kridantas in the Sati Saptami Prayoga. So now they are opening it up for you to explain as the usual paddhati of Samskrita Bharati. You know that in locative absolute, oh man, I already forgot. Locative absolute. Okay, construction. The two verbs have Jnapya Jnapaka Bhavaha. Jnapya is that which is to be reminded about. Jnapaka is that which reminds us, the cause and the effect. Okay, okay, all right. So cause effect relationship. That is, the former verb indicates the latter. Former word is the Jnapaka, the latter is the Jnapya. Okay. I told you so much about Gnya pronunciation, but I myself am pronouncing it like Gya, Gya. Okay. In the earlier lesson, you came across sentences where the Jnapaka Kriya, the former verb which indicates another, see, former verb which indicates another is Jnapaka Kriya. So, Jnapaka is the clause part, Jnapya is the active part. Was a present participle, that is Shatranta, ending in Shatru or Shanach. Okay. There are instances where the Jnapaka Kriya ends in some other affix also, as in sentences above. Okay. I use the word affix, you can use the word suffix. Surye astangate sati vayam griham pratyagataha. We saw that. Here gate is a kta pratyayanta. So suryaha gataha, surye gate. It is a karmanikta. Sorry, kartarikta here. Suryaha gataha, surye gate. Like that. Visheshana Visheshya pairing in the kartari mode. Okay. Dhanikena dhane diyamane bhikshukaha agataha. Diyamane is a passive form ending in shanach. Just before we do this, let me.
11th one, sir. 11th.
One second. Thank you, sir. Okay. I just wanted to put it for any future lesson I may hold for other students. Because I'll again don't want to waste time there with the spelling error. Okay. So, we saw that. So here gate is a kta pratyayanta form. Dhanikena dane diyamane bhikshukaha agataha. Diyamane is a passive form, karmani ending in shanach. Okay. So the first they picked up ekta, then they showed a shanach, which we have learned earlier also, but they are re-highlighting that. They're putting it in the mix. Balikayam agatavatyaam जनाः करताडनं कृतवन्तः. आगतवत्याम् is in ktavatu pratyayanta form. So strilinga saptami ekavachana. We know the other qualities, but it is a ktavatu pratyayanta form. Okay. So every word when you see in Sanskritam, immediately there are like, what you call meta characteristics, as we software guys say, it's having many meta characteristics. So all this is one of the meta characteristics, ktavatu pratyayantatva. As you have observed earlier, the locative absolute, or basically look at it as Sat Saptami in your mind, can be used in all three numbers, namely singular, dual, and plural. Correct. So they have now opened it up nicely in different examples beautifully. So balake gate kta saptami ekavachana, balake gatavati this one is in Shatru, I think, right? So, Gatavati. Gachati sati, sorry. Shatrunta would have been Gachan Gachati. So, this is in Ktavatu. Okay, Balake Gatavati. Balakayoho Gatayoho. I think they are focusing on Kta and Ktavatu here. Kta, Ktavatu, Kta, Ktavatu, Kta, Ktavatu, Eka, Dvi, Bahu, and Strilinga same set. Okay, so that's how the table is. So balake gate. So let me read vertically. It's slightly easier. Balake gate, balakayoho gatayoho, balakeshu gateshu. We are used to this order. We are not used to that kind of switching. So balake gate, balakayoho gatayoho, balakeshu gateshu. And that is all in kta pratyayanta. So pratama would have been balakaha gataha, balakau gatau, balakaha gataha. Gatam, gataha, gatau, gataha, just like balakaha only. So here in ktavatu, balakaha gatavan, right? That in saptami goes to balake gatavati, Balakayoho gatavatoho. Look, gatavatoho, not gatavatyo, gatavatayoho, gatavatoho. Okay, balakeshu gatavatsu. Okay, so gatavati, gatavatoho, gatavatsu. Just like one of the Bhaginis read for us a little bit earlier. Okay, Saptami, Eka, Dvi, Bahu in Tavatu Sati Saptami Prayoga. Same thing in Strilinga, how it happens, they are explained here. Balikayam gatayam, balika gata iti pratama ekavachane, balikayam gatayam, balikayoho gatayoho, okay, balikasu gatasu. See here, gatayoho, gatayoho. So, dvivachana, both stri and pullinga have a overlap, so we have to carefully look out. Okay, so you have to know the linga by balika only. Okay, so here it have been balaka yoho, here it's balika yoho. So this ikara in the shabda is a clue for the linga. Okay, then balikasu gatasu. This is very distinct because gateshu gatasu, quite distinct. Then eshu asu. Okay, all right. Same thing for tavatu in Strilinga. Balikayam gatavatyam. See, gatavati, gatavatyam. Okay. Gata, gatayam. Gatavati, gatavatyam. Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. So, gatavatyam. So, balikayam gatavatyam. Balikayoho gatavatyoho. Balikasu gatavatishu. So, vatu is heard everywhere, very distinct. Okay, we see vatu, gatavati, gatavato, gatavatsu. So look for the vatu. Of course, they have indicated the sati word also, sun word. So sati satoho satsu, satyam satyoho satishu as optional placements. Thus, the jnapaka kriya can be a word ending in the suffixes kta. This is bhuta karmani kridanta, kshanach karmani samanakaleena kridanta, then ktavatu, okay, which is bhuta kartari kridanta. Besides, I don't know why they threw in the karmani there in the beginning. Could have put it for other two also. It would have helped us. Only for this they throw it. Okay. Besides shatru and shanach. Thank you. See, we have to be awake. So shanach karmani is a distinction they are bringing out from shanach. Okay, shanach karmani is a distinction they are bringing out from shanach. Okay, so this is shanach karmani. I had to be awake there, right? See, passive form ending in shanach. Okay, that yakara must be the karmani nature there. Okay. Gam dhatu gacchati gacchatyam iti bhavati. Diyamana. Okay, interesting. We'll have to carefully track this now. So Shanach Karmani is some distinct thing they are bringing it to the equation from normal Shanach. Okay, so we'll look out for this carefully. Here are a few more examples of the same. Jnapaka Kriya ending in Shatru. Yane gacchati sati vrikshaha patitaha. This is a standard Shatru Kartari. Okay, so Yane gacchati vrikshaha patitaha. When the vehicle was going, the tree fell. Sad for the vehicle because it is a samakalina kriya. Okay, Jnapaka kriya ending in shanach kartari. They have brought it out here. Okay, satyeshu vardhamaneshu satsu krishikaha santushtaha. So karmani sasyeshu vardhamaneshu satsu. Okay, so anyway, this is a akarmaka dhatu vardhate iti akarmaka. तो तत्र कर्मणि प्रयोगः अपि सस्येषु वर्धमानेषु इति कृषिकः सन्तुष्टः. Sorry, this one सस्यः वर्धमानः सस्येषु वर्धमानेषु. Correct. This is कर्तरि only. Correct. Okay. कृषिकः सन्तुष्टः. Then let us see the distinction. Let's take a Shanach Karmani like this one and compare. So let's jump across this. Okay. Sasyeshu Vardamaneshu Krishikah Santushtaha. Okay. Here Maya Pustake Patyamane. So here is the Karmani Nichi Yakar. So Pustake Patyamane Sambhashanam Makuru. Okay. Vardhya, something like that will come in Karmani, I think. Vardhyamane instead of Vardhamane. Okay. So that kind of sense will come. So sasyah sasyena अथवा सस्यैः वर्ध्यमानेषु कृषिकः सन्तुष्टः could be the karmani sense of that. Okay, that's how the feeling comes to me.
Translate that, sir.
See, one is in active clause, another is a passive clause. Okay, let's stick to easier one. Maya pustake patyamane and talk about it. Maya pustake patyamane sambhashanam makuru. By me, the book while is being read. Okay, so by me the book while it is being read is in karmani, no? Because the karta, who is the reader? I. So I am in tritiya. So this is a karmani sense. By me the book when it is being read. Take my Butler English for now. Sambhashanam makuru. Don't talk. I am telling also someone else don't talk like that. Okay. So aham vadami yakopi asti tatra tam vadami sambhashanam makuru iti सूचयामि. मया पुस्तके पठ्यमाने संभाषणं मा कुरु इति कोऽपि अग्रजः गृहे वदति. Okay, so the same thing, how do we switch the first part into kartari, we will see. Okay, aham pustakam.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, here it can be na kuru. Why it is ma kuru? It can be no kuru also, no? No.
Ma is used in the sense of nisheda.
No, sir, could you explain? I didn't.
Ma is used in the sense nishedhartaka.
Sir, okay. Ma is do not, na is no.
Nishedhartaka. Nisheda means, you direct someone. Typically, it is a directive form of na, if you can say.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Thank you.
Do not.
Like in Hindi, it is mat.
mat karo. न करो भी बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन मत करो का प्रभाव ज्यादा है ना, उधर लोट लकार का थोड़ा प्रभाव आ जाता है, नहीं वो थोड़ा
sir. Okay, thank you.
This is Shanti Mantram. Ma vidvishavahay.
Ma vidvishavahay. Correct. It's there also. Okay, so let's switch back to what we were focusing on, guys. So maya pustake patyamane is clearly karmani prayoga. So aham pustakam pathami, normal lat. Okay, and aham pustakam pathan asmi shatranta, right? Pathan asmi. So it goes to shanach. Why? Because when we do karmani, atmanepadi is automatically assigned. If you remember karmani prayoga, atmanepadi is force. That's why the shanach. Okay. So if I go now, if I go to kartari here, I have to stick to shatru, because pat dhatu is a parasmaipadi dhatu. So aham pustakam patan asmi. So aham goes to saptami how? Mayi. Okay, mayi. Mayi patati sati. Mayi pustakam patati sati. That's how I would put it. Actually, let's do this. It was such a nice exercise. I'm sorry, I'm taking all of your time, but I think it's good. We better learn what we are learning well rather than keep worrying about completing the syllabus and all that. Actually, this is also okay.
Sir, in that sense, would it be pustake patati sati?
Pustakam is karma pada only, no? Pustakam, why will it go to Saptami? Because it's not, see, in Karmani.
Like Taya Gite Giyamane. Like
See, because in Karmani, that switches to Saptami along with the Kriya pada. What was in Prathama? Here, this is a karma only, so Pustakam only. Huh? If you say Pustake, then it will become Napumsaka Dvivachana, Prathama Vibhakti, when two books are being read by me.
Kartari should be in Dvitiya Vibhakti, no, sir.
That's why it's in Dvitiya. That's why Pustakam is in Dvitiya. But it is in Dvitiya also, it is in Pustakam only. Pustakam, Pustake, Pustakani, Pustakam, Pustake, Pustakani, like that. Okay, this was an useful exercise, I think. Huh? So let's
Can I
be.
ask a doubt?
Oh, of course, you can always, Bhagini. You're the only one to take permission.
Yeah. So here in this red sentence, you said pat we are using the shatru pratyaya,
Yeah.
but in the karmani mode we have used the shanach pratyaya. I
Correct.
didn't understand why.
Okay, I will write that here because it's a good student. Okay. What was Shatru in Kartari is switched to Shanach in Karmani due to Atmane Padi enforcement after the insertion the transformation by Karmani Nich Pratyaya. Little slightly tougher part of the grammar, right? So, but I will explain now. Just give me. Okay. This is pulled in a different color. Okay. Now, see, aham pustakam patami, normal. Okay. Aham pustakam patan asmi, shatranta rupa. Okay. Pat dhatu is parasmaipadi. So, we have to choose shatru pratyayanta. So, aham pustakam patan asmi. So, when we want to convert it to Karmani, Maya Pustakam Pathyate, normal lat only I am switching to Karmani first. Maya Pustakam Pathyate. The Karmani, Yakara insertion, is called Nijanta. That Nijanta insertion there to the Dhatu not only introduces due to a Sandhi Prakriya Yakara, it actually induces Atmanepaditva in the Dhatu. If the dhatu was already Atmanepadi, no problem, it remains Atmanepadi. If it was a Prasmaipadi normally, then it forces Atmanepadi in the dhatu after the Karmani inich insertion. So, we cannot decline patya as patyati. We have to decline it as patyate, like vardhate, vardhete, vardhante, like that. Okay. In the same way, a shatranta, what was a shatranta without Karmani inich, like patan, okay, switches to Patyamanah in Shanach. Got it? Bhagini.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. This English is a mixture of English and Sanskrit technical words. So hopefully someone understands, but at least I will understand later to explain to a student. Okay. All right. So I think we have done this nicely here. We have got some sense.
If you have to convert into Shanach, it should be in the Atmane form. Atmanepadi form.
You're going in the wrong direction, Bhagini. What you said,
Okay.
I'm not contesting, but you should say because it is an Atmanepadi, we have to use Shanach.
Okay.
Get the direction. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Direction is wrong, what you said. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll come back to the missed sentence in between. So Jnapaka Kriya ending in Kta Pratyaya. Pitari Gate Sati Balakah Kridam Arabdavan. So Pita Gataha Pitari. So Pitri Shabda Rikaranta Pullinga. So you know Pitari, Bharatari, Matari, like that, Saptamyam. So Pitari Gate Sati, by the father when it is left, when he leaves, something like that. Okay, after he leaves, the boy started playing again. Thankfully. Okay. Okay, good riddance. All right. Sorry about that. Jnapaka kriya ending in ktavatu. Okay, pitari drishtavati. Okay, drishtavan drishtavati. So see here, gate is actually in kta as a visheshana to the pita. Here it is a proper kartari active voice. So pitari drishtavati balakah davitavan. So okay, it is an answer to number 3. So Hodya Pishachi Bande Gavaksi, he came back. Sorry, only Kannada people here will understand. So Pitari Drishtavati Sati Balakaha Davitan. Once again, upon the appearance of the father, the boy ran. Like that. Once again is our laughter into the equation. Pitari Drishtavati Balakaha Davitan. Upon seeing by the father.
This is in Kartari Prayoga?
It's in Kartari. Jnapaka Kriya ending in Kta Pratyaya, Karmani. This is just we saw Shanach version, Kta version they are giving. See Kta version, you see Kta Kartari, Kta Karmani. We have to do a little bit of separate private analysis of that pair also. In fact, we have to take one sentence and play. Then we will see that play. Okay. So here Karye Krite Sati Griham Gamyatam. Okay. So Tvaya is implicit. I wish they threw that in. Okay. So because Karmani, they have to show the Karta also. Tvaya Karye Krite Sati, or by whoever. Okay, by someone else also is possible. Okay. Panditena Karya Krite Sati Griham Gamyatam. Like that also it can be there. So after the work is done, go home. Okay, like that.
Sir, can I ask a question, please? Sir, in this, in just this above exercise that we, sorry, the second rule that you read, Balikayam Gatayam, then Balikayoho Gatayoho, then Balikasu Gatasu Yake, sir, why it shouldn't be Balikasu Gatashu? Because that is how it is declined in the Saptami, no? Nadishu.
I think the sattva there is, the shatva is forced in different contexts. We have to look at all that.
So maybe because we have used not only those two, also Ktavatu, all pratyayas also.
No.
So
The shatva, the sakara changing to shakara, etc. Just like we have seen anatva. Anatva rules, no, okay. Repa, shakara inducing anatva in nakara. The shatva also there are many rules. Okay, when does sa change to a sha? Okay, so we in one place we have seen shtutva generates that, right? There are also others independent Paninian rules as to this shatva behavior. Okay, why gatasu and why satishu?
Yeah, yes, sir.
See,
yes,
here also there is takara. Okay, so I cannot claim takara is blocking shatva and all that.
So when the penultimate, that vikarana, that when it is no, it is su. Then otherwise it is suppose if it is say any other thing, it'll be a shu.
Very you have homed in on some. See here actually, see gateshu, eshu, ishu, whereas
Okay.
asu,
Okay.
asu.
Okay.
Maybe the Bhagini has
Alasu.
something, but at the same time satsu is there. Okay, there is not even a there is a total absence of any swara there. Satsu. Okay, so she is picking on some clues, and that's very pointing to some probability of.
Suppose if it is A or E or U, it will be shu.
So what we call the swara before the anta is making the decision for us. The type of swara before the anta is making the decision.
Sir, can I tell something?
Please, Bhagini.
Yeah, it is Gata, so it just like declines as a Rama Shabda that is given in the book. And Gata Shabda is declined as Ramaha, Akaranta Ramaha, and Gata Shabda is Ramasu. Just like Rama Shabda, it is declined.
Not Ramaha, Rama Shabda.
No,
Rama.
Rama Shabda. Rama Shabda is for Gatasu and Rama Shabda is for Gata, Pullinga. Akaranta Pullinga.
Correct, Pullinga Gata, correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
Pulling and striling difference.
Yes,
No.
read it in the
It
previous
is
lesson.
more related to the like Bhagini first pointed out, no? Bhagini who explained us first time. The A is forcing the sa to remain sa, whereas the E, A or absence of a swara seems to also keep it sa. Shatva is being forced when the T Sanyaka is Ikaranta, is a grammar note there. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we have come to a good break point. So let us take a break at this point. So you guys have to reread this carefully and get it again. And we have to similar like we did an exercise for Shatru Karma, Shanach Karmani and Shanach Nan Karmani. We have to try and of course it will become Shatru in that case. So we have to try that for Kta Karmani and Kta Kartarya also and see. All right, so let's take a 5-minute break. I'll keep this slide open so that we will come back and practice this a bit and move on today. Okay, take a water break. So 12:17, so 12:21 or so we will gather back. Okay, and continue for another 20-25 minutes.
Sir, I have a silly question. May I please ask?
He will come, madam. He will come.
Thank you. Or anyone, it's okay. I mean, in the fourth example of the third one, Maya Pustike Patyamane. Pustike is Napumsakalinga. Prathama.
Yes. Napumsakalinga only. Yeah.
It can be Dvivachanam also.
It is seventh vibhakti, madam. Ekvachanam seventh vibhakti.
Phale phalani. Pratama vad dvitiya samanamasti. Same in Pratama and Dvitiya. Phalam phale phalani. Like that. Pustakam pustake pustakani. Pustakam pustake pustakani. Pratama Dvitiya. Both. This is dual form. Pustake. If here, okay, in Pustakam becomes
only the verb is in the Sati Saptami. Patyamane is only in the
Pustake. Here in Saptami, it is like the Rame, Vrikshe. Masculine, no? So Saptami will be Pustake. See, for neuter gender, after third, Tritiya, it is equivalent to masculine, same to same.
Correct. So it is in the Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachana, Napumsakalinga.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
So, and the verb is also in the Sati Saptami. Prathama Vibhakti, Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachana.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. But Shanach Pratyaya.
Yes, Shanach.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's clear, thank you.
If they ask Shanash, you write Shanach. If they are asking Shatru, we should write patan like that. Patati will come there.
Should be patati, right?
Yes, patati.
Pustake patati.
Yes.
Then Maya will be Mayi.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you.
This table, I think if he puts in WhatsApp, it will be very suitable for us.
Madam, if you are on the laptop, function print screen will work.
What function screen is it? It gets stored, is
function, if you use the function and print screen button, if you could press the two, then you can copy this.
I see.
And then you can put it onto Excel sheet or Word or else store.
I see. Okay. All both together I should press, is it? Function and print.
Function and print screen together. Those two buttons together.
Okay.
Well, you can copy this.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir will hit me, huh?
Some of these critical slides with this information, I will share it as a separate PDF.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I already prepared one such critical site set from this lesson because there are a lot of tables and things like that. So I will share this.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes,
sir. So what we are seeing here is basically the 4 important tables, actually 8 tables here. Okay, 8 important tables for us. Okay, and as usual, the Napumsakalinga is merged into the Pullinga just using the green suffix ending shown. Okay, so we are very familiar with the Shatru and Shanach. This table we have already studied a bit. Okay, Shatru Shanach. Okay, both in Pullinga, Strilinga. To that, bringing together the Kta and the Ktavatu. So Ktavatu is the first pair of tables here. Pullinga, Napumsaka, and then Strilinga. And Kta, Pullinga, Napumsakalinga, and then Strilinga. What I don't have. Sorry, I had to mute everyone. Okay. So what I don't have here is the Karmani version. Okay, I will try to bring the Kta Karmani also into the picture sometime if possible. Okay, but I definitely have Shanach Karmani. Okay, because we have already seen Shanach normal, I have brought in a Shanach Karmani version. Okay, for one dhatu. Okay, so at least that was useful extra here. Okay, all right. So let's just read this quickly once just to practice. So what we are looking at here is Gatavat Shabda Ktavatu Pratyayantah Gatavat Gam Dhatoho Ktavatu Pratyayanta Gatavat iti Pratipadikam Tasya विभिन्न विभक्तिषु रूपाणि कथम् इति तकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः गतवत् शब्दः गतवान् गतवन्तौ गतवन्तः गतवन्तं गतवन्तौ गतवन्तः गतवता गतवद्भ्यां गतवद्भिः गतवते गतवद्भ्यां गतवद्भ्यः गतवतः गतवद्भ्यां गतवद्भ्यः गतवतः गतवतोः गतवतां गतवति गतवतोः गतवत्सु. Okay, so the operational portion for us for this prayoga is this yellow band. Okay, gatavati gatavatoho gatavatsu. Okay, and of course in Napumsaka it just changes to gatavat gatavati gatavanti gatavat gatavati gatavanti in the prathama and dutiya. And the same thing in Strilinga. Gatavati gatavatyau gatavatyaha gatavatim gatavatyau gatavatihi. See, nadihi gatavatim gatavatyau gatavatihi gatavatya gatavatibhyam gatavatibihi gatavatyai gatavatibhyam gatavatibhyah gatavatyaah gatavatibhyam gatavatibhyah gatavatyaah gatavatyoh gatavatinam gatavatyam gatavatyoh gatavatishu. Okay. So that is a variation. And this ta pratyayanta goes like gataha gatau gataha, easier. Okay. Gatam gatau gatan, gatena gatabhyam gataihi. We have to look out for natva variation with Rama. That's all. So gatena gatabhyam gataihi, gataya gatabhyam gatebhyah, gatat gatabhyam gatebhyah, gatasya gatayoh gatanam, gate gatayoh gateshu. Make everything sound like beautiful verses. That's why we can memorize it easy. Okay. So Rama Shabdavat except Natva variations. Gatena instead of Ramena. Okay. And then Ramanam, Gatanam, like that. Okay. Then
Hello.
yes, Mahodaya.
Sir, something is really confusing. Like some place, like that also it comes next. If you see that issue, it comes. So remembering there, it's with.
Yeah. The Takaranta Shabdas, if you're familiar, this will come. Okay. Okay. You see here, this is Gachat, and Gachat Shabda also has a, see here Gatavat, and this is Gachat. Both are Takaranta. So there is some Samya to that extent. Okay. You see here. Okay. Gatavan, Gachan. Of course, the Anta here is like that. Okay. So Gachan, Gachantau, Gachantaha. So Gatavan, Gatavantau, Gatavantaha. You can see some Samya. Okay, Takaranta. You have to have a prototype of a Takaranta to go with it. So Shatranta, we have seen earlier. So Gachan, Gachantau, Gachantaha, and going to Gachati, Gachatoho, Gachatsu. Similarly, Strilinga going Gachanti, Gachantyau, Gachantyaha, going to Gachantyam, Gachantyoho, Gachantishu. And Karmani Shanach is interesting. Okay, so let us quickly take a look at the Pullinga Strilinga forms. Gamyamanaha. So Gamyamana Akaranta Pullinga. Gamyamana Shabdaha. So Ramavat Bhavet. So Prashyamaha Katam iti. Gamyamanah Gamyamanau Gamyamanaha Gamyamanam Gamyamanau Gamyamanan Gamyamanena Gamyamanabhyam Gamyamanaihi Gamyamanaya Gamyamanabhyam Gamyamanebhyah Gamyamanat Gamyamanabhyam Gamyamanebhyah Gamyamanasya Gamyamanayoho Gamyamananam Nanam Gamyamane Gamyamanayoho Gamyamaneshu Rama Shabdavateva. There is no problem here. Okay. So what was Gachati Gachatoho Gachatsu Shatranta? If you use Karmani, you have to switch to Gamyamane Gamyamanayoho Gamyamaneshu. Okay. So that is the switch we just saw in the example sentence also. Then the Ikaranta is like a Akaranta Strilinga. So Sita Latavat Eva. Gamyamana Gamyamane Gamyamanaha Gamyamanayam Gamyamanayoho Gamyamanasu. Okay. So very good. It would be interesting to put some Karmani mode of some of these also. But anyway, we'll leave that alone. So I have a few more examples thrown in to show the mixtures. Okay. Prakoshte adhyapake agate sati chatraha uttitavantaha adhyapakaha agataha pumsi kta pratyayantah tasya saptamyam adhyapake agate iti bhavati. तो एवं केचन उदाहरणानि सन्ति तत्र न तु something new. We have seen lots of examples earlier also. We'll move on. Okay. So one more important thing is Shanach Karmani. Also we have to, I don't have a Shanach Karmani examples in the list. I will add it and enhance this perhaps in the future. Okay. So having done that much, we now need to try some abhyasa to see where we are weak or strong. We can understand that by trying these abhyasas. So let's try a few of these. As usual, because we are not having great memory at this point, what I have done is I have brought in a simplified subset of that sets of tables you saw. What is the simplified subset? Pratama Saptami. That's all. Okay. So that much. Shanach Kartari is missing, but yeah, Karmani. Thanks, Bhagini. There is no cost to color. Eteshu vakyeshu satsaptami prayogayuktanam shabdanam adaha rekankanam kuruta. So in these sentences, this is one of the silly, simple ones they start us off with, right? We wish our final exam contained such simple questions. Satsaptami prayogayuktanam shabdanam adaha rekankanam. So identify the Satsaptami clausal portion, that is the Kriyapada as well as Kriyavachaka. Kriyavachaka as well as its karma or karta which is accompanying it in Saptami. You have to identify. Hanumati agate Sita santosham anvabhavat. See this anvabhavat? Lung. Anyway, Hanumati agate Sita santosham anvabhavat. What should be underlined?
Hanumati agate.
Hanumati agate. So we are looking at pullinga kta pratyayanta saptami ekavachana. Okay. So agataha, Hanuman agataha, Hanumati. Hanuman is a tough word. He's not an easy guy to decline. He is such a powerful god. We can't decline his command. His name also we can't decline. Okay. Hanumati agate saptami ekavachana. रामलक्ष्मणयोः आगतवतोः राक्षसाः पलायितवन्तः.
रामलक्ष्मणयोः आगतवतोः.
रामलक्ष्मणयोः आगतवतोः. Very easy. But what is the interesting? Ktavatu. Agatavan, agatavati, agatavatoh. Like that. Okay. So here. Gatavati, gatavatoh. Gatavati gatavatoh. So ktavatu saptami dvivachana. पुल्लिंगे. विमानेषु आगतेषु बान्धवाः धावितवन्तः.
विमानेषु आगतेषु.
Agadesu. People have left Mona as a clear field for this. Vimaneshu agateshu. So by all the various flying objects upon their arrival, after their arrival, the relatives ran to greet the whatever they were greeting. I mean, this is a daily scene in the airport, if you know. Okay. Whether or not they care for them at home, they seem to care for them at the airport. India is very demonstrative culture. Shishushu ruditavatsu matarah khinnaha jataha.
Shishushu ruditavatsu.
Okay. Ruditavan, Shishuhu ruditavan, Shishuhu ruditavatsu. What is the Kridanta? Tavatu. Mahodaya caught it correctly. So Tavatu. Shishushu ruditavatsu. Ruditavatsu. So let's look at the prototype. So here Gatavatsu, Ruditavatsu. Okay, Ktavatu. Okay. Sarvaihi bojane kriyamane te tambulam anitavantah.
Bhojane kriyamane.
Bojane kriyamane. Shanach karmani. Very good. Very good. So karmani also should, because sarvaihi. Mahodaya.
So when you say anitavantah. Hello. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Kind of difficult to understand, but it's okay. Tell. What about anitavantah?
Is it by chance this is not anir thing?
No. Anitavan. See, Tambulam Anitavan is the basic Prathama Ekavachana form. So, Saha Tambulam Anitavan. He brought the Tambula, like that. Okay. Ktavatu Pratyaya only. Okay. Ni Dhatu. To carry. Okay. So, Anitavan brought. He carried it towards. Like that. Okay. Anitavan. So Anitavan, Anitavantau, Anitavantah. Prathama Bahuvachanam. Okay. Of course, we are talking here what I have put in orange is for the underlined portion. What we are talking about is your question. Okay. Near and all that is in a different clausal context. No problem. Tena lekhe likyamane atithayah samagataha.
Lekhe likyamane shanach
Karmani. Very good. Shanach karmani. Likhyamane. Okay. Likhati. Shatra is clearly likhan, which goes to again likati sati. So saha tasmin. Okay. Tasmin lekham likati. Lekham va whatever be. Okay. Tasmin likati sati atitayah samagataha would have been shatru prayoga. That becomes tena lekhe likyamane sati atitayah samagataha. Okay. Karmani form of the same sentence.
So the meaning of the sentence, sir, please.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Hanumati agate Sita santosham anubhavat. After the arrival of Hanuman, Sita experienced happiness. Rama Lakshmanayoh agatavatoh rakshasaha palaitavantah. After the arrival of Rama and Lakshmana, all the beastly fellas, they ran away. Okay. Demons, yeah. Vimaneshu agateshu bandavaha dhavitavantah. Upon the arrival of the flights, the relatives ran to greet them, I guess. Shishushu ruditavatsu mataraha khinnaha jataha. So, upon the babies crying, okay, the mothers became sad. Okay, sarvaihi bojane kriyamane te tambulam anitavantah. By everyone, when the meal is being carried out, that means when they are eating, okay, they means the organizers or the hosts, okay, they brought the tambula, the whatever betel nut areca nut combinations, that leaf combination, that is called tambula. Very good. Tena lekhe likhyamane, by him saha taute tena, tritiya ekavachana, saha tena ramena. So tena, by him lekhe likhyamane, this is saptami, sati saptami. The lekha upon being written, while it is being written by him, while some article is being written by him, the relatives gathered. I don't know why Samskrita Bharati thought there is some relationship between these two, but I have experienced this. When there is an exam.
So Atityaha is guest or is it relatives? Because Bandhu Bandhavaha is relatives.
Atitayaha is not relative. It is
guest.
the guests. If I translate it as relatives, excuse me. Guests. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, Bhojane Kriyamane, is it completion of a job?
No,
is it after completion of the job or it is continuing the job?
Continuing the job, ongoing.
Relatives is Bandhavadu.
Bandhavaha. Relatives. Okay, let's keep moving.
One doubt I have.
Mahodaya, ask.
Yeah, one doubt. Which is the most important keyword here which decides whether it is Satru or Sarat?
Mana. You will see this mana form. Ana, mana, when you see it is clearly.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Bhojane Kriyamane is denoting continuity of the job or finishing of the job?
Continuity. Okay? Okay. Continuity. That means even as by everyone the lunch is being partaken. Partaken is the closest translation to Kriyamane for the context. Okay? The hosts or they brought the tambula like that. Okay?
Similarly, Lekhe Likhemane is the continuing of the writing.
Yes. Even as the article was being written by him, the guests arrived. Okay. That means he had to stop writing his wonderful article.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That this one, what you are classifying Tavatu, Ta Pratyaya and all, the first portion, Leke, in that only we should classify, no, sir? Not in the second.
No, second one can be anything, Bhagini. You are correct. See, Sita, Santosham, Anva Bhavat. There is a Anu and then Abhavat. Okay. So there is a lung there. I have not even highlighted what is that. Okay. There is a lung. Palayitavantaha, Palayitavan, Palayitavantau, Palayitavantaha. So this is in Ktavatu also. Agatavatoho is also in Ktavatu. Palayitavantaha is also in Ktavatu. So that is left to how you place.
That is why I got a doubt, sir. Palayitavantaha, Davitavantaha, Anitavantaha. But
everywhere where I have identified Kta, Ktavatu, Kta, etc., I have indicated Saptami, Saptami, you see. It is for the underlined portion.
Underlined.
Okay?
Oh,
that's why the color coordination is there. See, underline is same color as the notation.
Thank you, sir.
Bandhu and
The exact meaning
Bandhavaha
of
both are same.
Palayitavantaha.
Bandhu, Bandhu, Bandavaha, something like Bandavaha. I don't know how Bandhu Bandhava transformation is. That I'm not privy to the knowledge of how Bandhu generates
Bandhu is
Bandhav.
singular.
No, how the Dirgatva is happening is the question, I guess. Why it is not Bandhavaha or Bandhavaha, for example. Guru, Gurau, Guravaha, right? Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha.
But is Bandhu friend or is it
relative?
Bandhu is relative.
Relative. Bandhu Janaha, relatives. But here Bandhavaha, so there is a slightly variant form. So we have to look at the, we have to go into the declension tables and search to see how Bandhavaha's Ekavachana form is. Bandhavaha. So Bandhavaha, Bandhavau, Bandhavaha. So Bandhavaha is a slightly different word than Bandhu Shabda. Yes, Bhagini?
So this Annapurne Sadapurne, that shlokam also has that Bandhavaha in the last line. Shiva Bhaktas. So,
I mean, basically the same thing Bandhu is generating Bandhava, but how that, what is the prakriya, what kind of pratyaya is used to generate that, and what is the subtle difference between Bandhu and Bandhava is what we have to check. Okay.
so one more doubt, sir. This Palayitavantaha, what is the exact meaning of that, sir?
Palayana means to escape.
Escape. Okay. Thank you, sir.
To leave the location. Yeah. Etesham Satsaptami Rupam Likata. So now they have rightly escalated us to actually try and come with a declension. But with this table, it should be fairly easy. See, that's why memory is very important also. The Shabda Rupas, if it is there slowly in our head, by mugging up, of course, we can't, by lot of usage, you can internalize it. Okay. At our age, mugging up is less useful than internalizing through a lot of sample sentences. पार्वती प्राप्ता प्रथमा एकवचने दत्तमस्ति तु अत्र पार्वती इति प्रथमा स्त्रीलिङ्गे प्रथमा एकवचनं तु प्राप्ता इति क्त प्रत्ययान्तः पार्वती प्राप्ता इति ओके तो तस्य सप्तम्यां कथं
पार्वत्यां प्राप्तायां
very good. Okay, so come to the kta strilinga, this portion of the table here. Okay, so prapta gata gatayam praptayam. So Parvati Parvatyam. Okay, well done, Bhagini. Parvatyam praptayam. It's probably easy enough to decline this part. This is going to be having different endings, so we have to be careful with that also. Okay, all right. So strikta. Vrikshaha
Bandhavaha only, not Bandhavaha. According to the Shabda Rupa. Bandhu, Bandhu, Bandhavaha.
That's what the Bhagini. Bagini, we already said there are two forms of the word. One is Bandhu Shabda, Ukaranta Pullinga. Another is Bandhava Shabda, Akaranta Pullinga. What I said was, I don't know how Bandhava is derived from Bandhu. What kind of a Sanskrit transformation is taking place is what I told. I don't know. Okay?
Okay.
Sir, can I just ask you something, sir?
Bagini.
Sir, Bandhu plus an pratyaya.
An pratyaya, va? Okay, you're not even
it's coming
asking,
as
you're telling.
Bandhava.
Thank you. So what Bagini says is, it is a Taditanta prakriya called an pratyaya.
Yes, yes.
An. Okay.
Yeah,
So an pratyaya application makes Bandhu into Bandhava. Raghu into Raghava. Like that. Something like that. Okay.
Here we don't have to put for example, Parvatyam, Praptayam, in bracket should be put Sati, not required.
Sati is optional everywhere. Sati, Satsu, Satyam, whatever form. Bagini, don't. I understand he may have told the wrong thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. This San Shabda placement is that Shatranta San Shabda Saptami placement is optional everywhere. Whether it is Sati or Satyam or Satishu, Satsu, all that is varying on Linga, Vachana and all that. That we know, we all know. But its placement is always optional.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
But at our level, at my level, I desire to usually place it, even if I put it in brackets. For me, its placement highlights the Sati Saptami Bhava. For me. Vrikshaha Kampitaha.
Vriksheshu kampiteshu. Kat
Vrikshaha Saptami Vriksheshu. And Kampit. So Vrikshaha Kampitaha. Kta Pratyayanta. Kartari. Okay. So Vriksheshu Kampiteshu. Well done. So Pullinga Kta. Mahilaha Ruditavatyah.
Mahilasu ruditvatshu katvatu.
Tavatu, Ruditavati, correct, Tavatu. And Mahilaha becomes what? Mahilasu, correct. Okay. Mahilasu. Just now Bagini taught us, no? One of the Baginis taught us. So look for the R, then Su will. So Mahilasu Ruditavatishu. Okay. So Ruditavatyah. Come to Tavatu, Strilinga here. Tavatu. See, Gatavatishu, Ruditavatishu. Okay. Easy enough. Parnani patitani.
Parneshu patiteshu napumsakalinga
It's a
katvatu.
napumsakalinga, correct? Parneshu patiteshu. Very easy. Okay. So patitani. So patiteshu. So patitani, as you noted, is in lat here. Okay. So in some places, this is napumsaka. Okay. Patitam patitani. Okay. Patitam patitani.
Yeah, like faleshu, sir.
Here, gatam gatani tadvat patitam patitani. Okay, gatani vat. Pushpam vikasitam.
Pushpe vikasite. Kat
Pushpe
napumsaka.
ekavachana. Pushpe vikasite. Well done. Okay, so napumsakalinga kta. Mitram dhavitavat.
Mitre dhavitavati.
Rare, ekavachana napumsaka is there for mitra. See, dhavitavat. You see here, vatvati, anti. So, gatavat. This one is looks like pratipadika itself. Okay. Napumsakalinga ekavachana pratama vibhakti is looking similar to the dhatu, sorry, the pratipadika itself. Gatavat pratipadika. So, gatavat again is the form. So whatever vibhakti pratyaya is removed pretty much. So gatavat, gatavati, gatavanti. So that's a takaranta napumsaka is not like phala shabda. So
it declines at jagat shabda. Dhavitavati, like Jagati, Saptami Ekvachana.
Correct, Bhagini. You told earlier also, correct. Jagat takaranta napumsakalinga shabda. Okay. Little bit like tat also. Okay. Mitram dhavitavat, mitre dhavitavati. Saptami is sounding like pulling again, so no problem. Yanani gatavanti.
Yaneshu
Yane
Gatavatsu
Gatavatsu.
Napumsakalinga.
See, gatavanti is napumsaka bahuvachana. Okay. So this can easily confuse us. What is this gatavanti? Gachanti we know. What is this gatavat? So gatavan, gatavat, napumsake, gatavat, gatavati, gatavanti. Khrisva. So it sounds partly like lakara, partly like ta pratyayanta. So tavatu pratyayanta. Sorry, what? So this is a confusing form, so we have to look out for it. That's why I just highlighted. Be aware. Okay. So yanani. So yaneshu gatavatsu. Very easy. Here we have to pick up from here. Okay. Tavatu bohu. Pramila patitavati.
Pramilayam
Pramilayam
Patitvatyam Katuvatu.
Patitavatyam. Very good. Pramilayam.
Pulingam
Yeah. Which pratyayanta?
Katvatu.
Tavatu. Hey,
Sorry,
katavatu na.
Tavatu.
Tavatu. Bhagini, you have to practice. Every time it is coming out as katavatu. Tavatu.
Tavatu.
Samskritam is going to clean your tongue like anything.
Okay. Tavatu.
Okay. So few more like that. Sudindraha Neetavan.
Sudhindre Neetavati. Tavatu.
Sudhindre Neetavati. Very good. Tavatu. Shikshikaha Patitavatyah. Patitavatyah. Kshamyam.
Shikshikasu Patitavatisu.
Patitavatishu. See, patita as a parartha nich prayoga here. Okay. So it is not a karmani, it is a parartha nich. Okay. So shikshikaha patitavatyah. So the teachers taught, not studied. Okay. So shikshikasu patitavatishu. Tavatu bahuvachana. Uchyamanaha vishayah.
Uchamane Vishaye.
Yes, very easy this one. Shanach karmani. Okay. So tvaya vishaye uchyamane sati aham dhavitavan. When you are trying to tell something, I ran. Some stupid second half. Okay. Shruyamanani Geetani.
Shruyamaneshu Giteshu. Napumsakalinga.
Correct.
Shanach.
So what I did is I reversed the order to bring the dhatu part always, the kriyavachaka second. Geeteshu Shruyamaneshu. Chanach karmani. So rakshyamanaha shishavaha.
Rakshamaneshu Shishushu. Shanach.
Shishushu rakshamaneshu. Shanach karmani again. Okay. Rakshya. See? Rakshamaneshu. Niyamana putri.
Niyamanayam Putrayam.
Putriam, not putrayam. Putriam. One letter. Putriam. Well done. Putriam niyamanayam. As usual, I reordered the kriyavachaka to come second. Okay. Shanach karmani. Okay. Somebody was taking, that guy will be in tritiya. Tvaya putriam niyamanayam. Or matra putrya niyamanayam. Matra is, I think, tritiya ekavachana. Okay. So
what does this mean? Niyamana Putriha?
Putriam. So upon the mother, matra putriam niyamanayam. Upon the mother taking her daughter, some durtaha tatra agatavan. Something like that. I'm making it a
Nayati.
Nayati. Correct. Nayati niyamanayam. Takes. Grihyamanaha dandaha.
Griyamane
Dande.
So you always remember that vane arakshakena dande grihyamane sati balaha davitavantaha. So when the police held the danda, all the boys ran like that. So lots of shanach karmani they have thrown in the end, you see here. So this identification is important aspect to develop. So this I will have to click this out now. Okay, so few more are left. You guys can try it out. I'll just quickly go through them. Pita gatah shishuhu ruditavan. We have to take it to Sat Saptami. So
Pitari
pitari
gate.
gate. Very good. Pitari gate. So then maduram kriyamanam. Napumsaka shanach karmani.
Madhure kriyamane.
Madhure kriyamane. Nagarajah hasitavan. Tavatu.
Nagaraje hasitavati.
Nagaraje hasitavati. Tavatu saptami. Kapatika udghatita.
Kapatikayam udghatitayam.
Kapatikayam udghatitayam. Well done. Strilinga. Kta strilinga. Okay. Don't read this. Guys, you have to carefully watch the font. If there is a small vowel there, then it is dhakara. If there is no vowel there, this is ghakara. So udghatita, udghatanam. Okay. So don't read it as uddhatita. That will give a different meaning. Udghatita. Mahaprana ghakara has to come. Okay. So when the drawer was opened, the cloth fell. Something like that. Okay. Vivaha sampannaha.
Vivahe sampanne.
Very straightforward. Vivahe sampanne. Kta pullinga. Okay. What kind of dhatu this is? Something I also don't know. I have to search. What is this pan sense of dhatu? Samyak pan means I don't know how this form is. What dhatu generates this is something. Palana dhatu va kim na janami. Astu. Parikshaha samaptaha.
Parikshasu
samaptasu.
Parikshasu samaptasu. Bahuvachanam. Parikshayam samaptayam. Parikshasu samaptasu. Well done. Okay. Balaha pravasartam gatavantah. So after the exams completed, the boys went for the trip. Jalam niyamanam.
Jale niyamane.
Very standard. We have seen this. Jale niyamane gata patita. We'd seen this earlier only. Bhavanani nirmiyamanani.
Bhavaneshu nirmiyamaneshu.
Karmani. Shanach karmani. Bhavaneshu nirmiyamaneshu. Okay. As the houses were being constructed, the connection for the electricity was obtained. Something like that. Some complicated modern world sentence. Okay. So I think few more exercises are there. You guys have to try this out. I will just quickly walk through the examples, but you keep it open and try it in your scratch book. Okay. So again, as usual, this table is compiled and available to easily do for us. So yada vrishtihi agata tada vastrani ardrani. So
Vrishtayam agatayam.
Strilinga. Vrishtihi is the Strilinga. That's why agata is there. So agatayam it will go to vrishtyam. So vrishtyam agatayam satyam. Satyam is optional. Vastrani ardrani. So when the rain was falling,
Ardra is getting
wet. Correct. The clothes were getting wet. Correct. They became wet. Past tense. Abhavan, some sense is there a little bit. Actually, they have very interestingly. This is a ktanta. So this is also ktanta. Ardram, ardrani. Yada upaharah kriyamanaha asit tada sevika patitavati.
Upahare kriyamane. Sevika
Upahare
patitavati.
kriyamane. This part remains same. Sevika patitavati. Tada is and yada goes out, and we can remove even the sati and read it as upahare kriyamane sevika patitavati. Ayyo, so sad. I don't know why they put sentences like this. Okay. Yada deshaha
meaning of
subhiksha.
that, sir?
Bhagini, I will. Thanks, ma. Bhagini, I will make you give the answer. Upahare kriyamane sati. What does it mean? Arey, pasangal enna pannarudhu? Which Bhagini asked the question for giving translation?
These are quite easy, sir.
No. For you, Bhagini, whoever asked, I am asking her to get involved.
Sir.
You, Bhagini. What's your good name?
Lata.
Lata Bhagini. So, Lata Bhagini, very easy. See, upahare kriyamane sati. What is the sense you get from that?
To do some help.
No. Upahara. Upahara griha. What is upahara?
Is it eating something? Eating?
Ahara, upahara. Okay. So, upma, dosha, all these things are upahara. Okay.
Alpahara.
Upahara, all the same paryayas. Okay. So, upahare kriyamane sati. When the alpahara was being taken, we have to take kriyamane as consumed sense. Okay. Sevika patitavati. Patitavati is what, Bhagini?
She fell.
Everybody else is answering except Lata Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
So, who is Sevika?
While she was serving the alpahara, she fell down.
Oh, no. Where is the serving? Where is the serving coming in your head? Who is serving?
Not kriya, while making the something.
Very good. You can take
kriyamana
that.
is make.
Yes. When she was preparing also can be taken, or when somebody was eating also can be taken. Somebody else was eating, that can also be taken. But I like your interpretation better. You got a better answer for us than what we started with. When the upahara was being prepared also can be taken. When the upahara was being prepared, the helper, she fell, sadly. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. No, I'm actually, what I'm doing, Bhagini, is I can give the answer and it will not help you. So I'm involving you in the process of constructing the answer through the words we know. Okay.
So
It's
I
all
got confused between this sevika and this upahara. I was thinking of in the place of upahara, I was thinking of upahara. So I think that was the confusion. Helping was the
No. Good.
Two times sevika also is serving somebody or a person.
No. You came with a better interpretation.
Sir, it is upa plus ahara. Upahara.
Upahara, correct. Sub food.
Thank you.
Yada deshaha subik. No, Bhagini. Everything is important to answer. Yada deshaha subikshaha jataha tada janaha santushtaha.
Deshe subikshe jate.
Deshe subikshe jate. Very good. So this is of course truth. When the country is in good progress, okay, prosperity. Subiksha is prosperity. So upon the country becoming prosperous, all the people became happy fellas. Yada vignapika prapta tada saha dhanam dattavan.
Vigyapikayam praptayam.
Very good. Vignapikayam praptayam. Stri. Okay. Yada guruhu drishtaha tada saha namaskritavan.
Gurau drashte.
Gurau drishte. Very good. Gurau drishte sati saha namaskritavan. So before that answer, for earlier answer was upon the obtaining of the request. Vignapika is like request. Okay. Request. He gave money. Something like that. Okay. Somebody who was a good fella. He received some request and he gave donation.
So
okay.
Vignapika means obtaining, sir.
No. Praptayam means having obtained.
So Vignapika means request.
Request.
Okay.
Reminder, request. You can call it as reminder also. Like a receipt is like a reminder for us to pay. No? So you can use different interpretation. Here maybe it is just a receipt. Notice. Very good. Notice is the correct translation. Yada guruhu drishtaha tada saha namaskritavan. Gurau drishte sati. Upon the guru seeing, he offered namaskara. He did namaskara. Yada shishuna swapnaha drishyamanaha asit tada uchchaihi krandanam shrutam. Last one, guys.
Shishuna swapne drishyamane.
Shanach and natva. Natva is heard? No natva. Okay, the rikaranta is broken by somebody in between, I think. So Shishuna swapne drishyamane sati uchchaihi krandanam shrutam. So by the baby, upon seeing the dream, loudly cry is heard by others. Oh, hopefully it's a cry of joy. Okay, so with this we end today's exercise. So tomorrow we'll start with Padasangraha and keep blowing ahead. Okay, thank you. I stretched you guys a little bit because I didn't want to go on and on and on into the next and next week. So trying to conclude off this week the main lesson and take 1 or 2 more days to finish a question paper review, maybe just one more session next weekend. Okay, so with that we will see you all tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Please come in good numbers.
Sir,
Thank you.
just one thing, sir. Can I ask? Yeah, this is sam plus pad, and ikta pratyay is sampannaha, sampanna, sampannam.
Oh, okay.
You were asking about sampannaha. Yes, yeah.
What did you find out, Bhagini?
Sam plus pad, pad gatau, and
gatau.
Yes. So sam plus pad, ikta pratyay is sampannaha, sampanna, sampannam.
Very good. Sampannaha, sampanna, sampannam in the 3 vibhaktis as Visheshana. Fantastic.
Yes.
Or in the correct linga application. Okay.
Yeah.
So pad gatau. Well, thanks, Bhagini.
Pad gatau, divadi gan.
Very nice. Okay.
Sir, can you post this table separately in the WhatsApp group, sir?
I will post some critical slides in the WhatsApp.
Please.
Yeah. Sure.
At
the end of the lesson, I will, because the set of slides are including the last exercise.
Sir, is it because it is Gamalru Gacha, it is Dvivadi Gana?
No. Gana Vyavastha is not dependent on the nature of the dhatu. Gana Vyavastha is more to indicate how it is declined. Okay. Nature of the dhatu is not
something interrupted.
Yeah, it is the fact that the dhatus in that gana decline in a certain way groups them in that gana. Okay. Not their not because it's a movement related dhatu. That way you will find the same movement related dhatu in different ganas. Okay. Astu. Sahana vavatu sahanau bunaktu saha viryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om shanti. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you, sir. Good day.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದः